Can an e-bike save your life? I've got arrhythmia, tachycardia. Well, I've had them. I've had to have 3 electric shocks in hospital to get my heart back into rhythm. So arrhythmia means you've got a missing type beat, and tachycardia, I don't know, it's all tied up. So my heart was resting at about 167 beats a minute, and the beat was more like a drum solo than boom, 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 boom. It was more like boom, 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 boom. Be cool if it was. So you think working that hard you would get fit, but I actually lost all my muscle, had no energy. So today it's like I've got chronic fatigue syndrome, and I should be exercising to try and get my fitness back. I can walk some days 10 meters and my back is sore and I've got no energy. I'm out of breath within about 10 meters. So I've got a couple of e-bikes now. This one here's a 750 watt. It's super powerful. It's quite a big, heavy bike. It's 37 kilos, so probably over 80 pounds. And I'd like to get a folding e-bike that I can put in the car. I don't have a rack or a tow bar. So the reason that I think that this can save your life and give you back your fitness is that it's so easy to pedal. What happens is I've ridden 10 kilometers or more on a single ride on this bike multiple times now, and I'm slowly getting fitter and finding I can breathe and I've got more energy again. The bike, when you pedal it, it pretty much, if you keep pedaling, it keeps producing the power. You're not really pedaling and pushing the bike, but your legs are turning over, so you're getting the exercise no matter what. I paid, in the US you can pay say around $1,500 for these bikes. I paid $1,500 for it second hand. Here in Australia, they're normally around $2,400 for a new bike like this. But that's how it can save your life, is you can get back into exercise. Most exercise is boring. You go to a gym, you last 2-3 weeks and you're sick of going, you have to go. You then feel like, oh, do I have to go again? If you're not used to it and you're not a gym junkie, you'll find it hard to keep going and get that fitness. With this, you can go anywhere you want and you start getting exercise, so you can use lower power rates, push harder. If you want to go faster, you just has like 5 different electronic gears, so you can up it up to 5th and do 35 to 40 kilometers an hour. I recommend leaving it in 3rd and sitting on about 25 to 27, 28 kilometers an hour, and you're just cruising legally at legal speed limits for an electric bike. There's different laws on it, but the main thing is it gets you fitter, is that no matter what, your legs are turning over. So for 30 minutes, you're rolling your legs over and getting that exercise. Now I've got a 250 watt bike as well, which I have to push and work a lot harder on. So when I build up my fitness a bit more, I will get on the 250 watt bike and work harder. But to start off with, because it's been winter here for about 3 months, and the weather's been terrible, I probably haven't ridden it for 2-3 months, and I've seen my breathing go back to bad. I feel like I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I have no energy, I can't walk anywhere. The lady next door to me was about 84 years old. I took her shopping one day, she's on a walking frame and I couldn't keep up. That's how bad I've got. So I'm 59 years old, almost 60 this year. So if you are looking for something fun to get fit again, you're an older person, younger, doesn't matter, an e-bike is probably perfect for you because you can go enjoy the scenery. Excuse me, it's still winter in Australia, still cold here. I had a tickle in my throat. If the other thing is, I don't know about other countries, but in Australia you can take, or in South Australia where I live, you can take your bike on the train. So quite often I'll ride to the train station, which is 5 minutes from my house, or I'll ride into the city, which is 15-20 minutes from my house, and I can catch a train then out to the other side of town, 30 kilometers away, go for rides down the beach, down the coast, up into the hills, all different areas, and then catch the ride back to the train station where I get off, and then come back into the city or back towards my home, and ride home again. So if your battery goes flat while you're out there, this bike gets probably 60 to 80 kilometres range, depending on what level of power you're using. As I said, there's 1 to 5 in power levels and then 7 gears on the back wheel. So first gear on this will give you 14-15 kilometres an hour on the flat, and you can just cruise along at that. That's all you need, and the power will last a long time. You just pedal with it. As soon as you turn over half a turn, if you see on the bottom left there, I'm not exactly sure how it works, it might be on the gear lever, but if you turn the pedal a little bit, once it hits, there's a magnetic part somewhere that once it hits that area, it reads that you're pedaling, and it brings the power in automatically. So you only need to turn the pedals about a quarter or half a turn, and the motor kicks in and does all the work for you. This bike also has a throttle up here. So you've got like a little throttle lever there. I'm already on. There's the, I don't know if that will strobe. So it's in first gear at the moment. Gives you your speed. You can do miles per hour or kilometres an hour. As you can see, the bike is second hand. It's got almost 4,000 kilometres on it now. So I've probably done 400 kilometres or more of those. These switches here, this turns it on and off. So that, wait for the bike to take off. Hold it, turns it off. Then I can use the throttle to show you how that works. Proper little throttle, bought a little mirror for it. It's not that great a mirror, trust me, but at least you can see without having to turn your head. You can see if there's traffic. I bought a downhill mountain bike helmet. I've got a normal push bike helmet as well, but I thought if I come off, I wouldn't mind saving my face, as unpretty as it is. So I bought the full face helmet used for about $70, I think. In Australia, that's a $200 helmet. LS2 is the brand name. It's a great bike. You don't have to take the battery off to plug it in. You just pull that cover off. Has a little thing that you can charge your phone and whatever. So just a normal plug there that you can plug into and recharge your phone while you're out somewhere. So that's really good. Front suspension has a suspension lockout. I can't remember what the other adjustment is. Came with the light from the factory. The rear light is a battery powered one that's separate. You definitely need a lock, a really good lock for these bikes. I have 3. So I have a U-bolt one at home, this combination one, and another key lock one, which is massive. I've got the fat tyres on this. It makes it like riding a motorbike. The cornering is unbelievable. So lean into a corner and it grips like you're on a motorbike. So quite an awesome sort of bike if you're looking for one. The seat on this is a Velo. The seat is super comfortable. The front suspension's comfortable. My next purchase will probably be a seat post, because if you do 30 or so kilometres an hour and you hit a bump, it really goes through your spine with that back wheel. Even with the big fat tyres on it, it will still go through your body and you'll feel the shock on the back. So I want to get a suspension post seat. I'll probably look at getting a Shimano, a Sun Tour. Pretty specialised. I'll do a video on that later. So if you have any questions or comments on types of bikes, I want to get a foldable bike next so that I can put it in the car. If I had a bike rack, then I could use that as well, but this thing to fit in a car is massive. It's bigger than a regular mountain bike and very heavy, so you wouldn't want to be trying to get it into the back of a station wagon. So yeah, any questions or comments, just ask down in the comment section, and I'll make some more videos on travelling and what we're doing. Thanks for watching.